Did I fix it? Well, hello, Spooky Bass patrons. How y'all doing? I finally fixed the situation with my mic. I don't even know how I fixed it. Like, I don't even know what to say at this point. I feel so awkward. I was having like all these issues with the fuzz hanging down, and now it's just over. Oh, like I was mad at it, so I was trying to take it off, and now it's just like perfectly fine. I don't even know what to say. All right, let's go ahead and get started. First of all, I know it's been a while. Let me just tell you, I've been going through it just a little bit here and there. It's an up and down situation, but I really just wanted to sit and hang out and talk with y'all and just be, you know, this is probably not going to get cut a lot because that is not, for me, the point of a lot of my content, my Patreon, like all y'all. So anyway, that's the other thing. I've been meaning to get around to it, but I'm going to just call everyone Spooky Bass. Moving on. I'm probably going to get it all like squared away in, I can't remember exactly when, but I think I'm just gonna get it all squared away here in a little bit, like give me like till March 1, I think is when I'm gonna actually have it all put together, because my goofy ass has just been on this like roller coaster ride. So thing one that I definitely wanted to talk about, by the way, I'm getting ready for a live stream with Emily. Whenever you see this, the live stream will probably have already gone up, but I did want to make sure that I was like, first of all, y'all are kind and you support my channel, so hello. Yeah, I went on like this disappearance. I was just like, ugh. I started hiding in social media, like hiding from social media. And then, fun thing, I started doing Twitch. So, I'm gonna do my eyes first. So, not that y'all really care like what look I come up with. Like, I don't think you care, so it's fine, right? Like, okay. Anyway, I think I'm gonna just try to mix these two shades here because like I feel like they need each other. Just like, anyways, who cares? So I started doing Twitch, and I had kind of started Twitch a little while ago, which is the thing. I'd kind of started it a while ago, but then I was just like, I got intimidated by the fact that so many other people had these like fancy ass setups that I did not have, and I was just like, oh no, I'm a loser. So I just wasn't really concerned. So I just kind of quit doing it because I just didn't feel like my setup was done well enough. Because here's the thing, if you have Streamlabs OBS, like Streamlabs is perfect for Twitch. Streamlabs you can use on YouTube, a lot of people do. But I personally don't feel like you need to have Streamlabs for YouTube for live streaming. I think for YouTube, I think you're perfectly fine using StreamYard. Just because of YouTube. Like, I don't even think the actual quality is significantly less if you're using StreamYard of the stream. I just think that unless you're planning on like having some really intense streams, I'm just making a mess out of my fucking face now. Unless you're planning on having some really intense streams, then you're fine with just using StreamYard, I swear. I'm gonna have to fix a lot of this because this is a messy, messy bitch. Anyway, so but one of y'all kindly sent me a PS4, which phenomenal. And I started just like going ahead and doing just like a little bit of, at first I just was like kind of nervously streaming. It was really scary because, you know, YouTube is a different world, you know what I mean? And because like both you get by with personality, but it's just like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's just different. I think because I'm playing a game and I'm very, very competitive, and I get like super weirded out if I'm not doing what I thought I should be doing. Yes, that's exactly what I kind of wanted to do. This is a weird deal that I'm doing here. We're not going to talk about it. I love purple. I'm coming out with a purple palette. Like, just kidding. Like, not real life, but like, anyway. So anyway, I think because I'm playing a game and I'm fairly competitive. Like I would get like the hot sting, like that sting of embarrassment when I wasn't doing well, or if I died too many times or whatever. I would just feel like such a loser and be like, oh my gosh, I don't want anybody to see this. I'm so lame. Like, I would just suddenly feel like I wasn't good enough. And so I would get very, very nervous. So sometimes I show my face on there, but a lot of times I just play without my face. Eyes without a face. Okay, so sorry. But so a lot of times I play like without my face being in the whole thing, and I really, really like that. That makes me really comfortable because I can just kind of sit and play and not stress about like my facial expressions. And when I inevitably like run into those situations where I just keep dying, when I inevitably run into those, it's significantly less stressful if everybody can't see me, because I don't like it. I get so upset about how bad I'm doing that it's like, I very much get in this mindset where I'm like, I'm quitting this stream. I'm quitting. We're done. We're done now. Because I don't want people to like, because I feel embarrassed. Like, it's not even just my embarrassment. It's also just like, I feel bad. This is so dumb. I start feeling bad that people like are spending this time watching me, and I'm like, and I just keep sucking. But I have very wonderful friends who are like, Audra, we come to watch you play this game. Like, nobody's watching you to be perfect. And you know, that's the kind of shit that made me really happy. Plus I just like love having a very casual game space, and I was able to like get back my love of gaming. So that's been awesome. I'm just adding to monetizing my hobbies. No, we are actually getting really close to 9,000 subscribers, and I don't even know what to say about that, because I just kind of a year ago would have never thought that I would be in a position to say that I'm getting close to 9,000 subscribers. So that is a thing. Another thing, I'm now a permanent fixture of New Makeup Nonsense Bingo, which I am stoked about. Okay, listen, this is about to get real bright real fast, and we're just gonna deal with that. Okay, anyway, I really like didn't expect to have the reception that I had with doing it. Like, I didn't expect anybody to even like me doing the video, and the response that I've had to them has been amazing. So that has been just like one of those things where I'm like, this is fucking cool. Like, yo, thank y'all. Thank y'all for, you know, liking that content. And I think I have kind of figured out some ways to do watch parties, because I think that you can do a watch party on Twitch, and if that is the case, then we might be able to watch some like bad horror together. I'm gonna try it, and it's not, this isn't to get you to follow me on Twitch, BT dubs. I do not want you to feel like you have to follow me there. Please don't. I'm literally trying to find ways to have, because I don't have Zoom, and I'm just trying to figure out ways to have really fun, you know, like we can watch shit together live situations. And I feel like that might be like a good way to do that. So, you know, you never know. You never know. We'll see. We'll see if that's the way we go. Anyways, I'm making colors the way I do. I'm making colors the way I make colors. And this is also part of my palette challenge, so I've gone ahead and used my lethal palette for this. So yay me, yay palette challenge, yay. Other weird things that have happened. I kind of started doing well on TikTok. Basically what I did on TikTok is I actually just started talking about my, struggles with ADD and ADHD. I just started talking about my struggles with ADHD and all the shit that I go through, and I got so overwhelmed with how many people felt the same that I started feeling weepy, so I kind of like hid for a little bit. So that was a situation. I was just like, oh, okay, well, I didn't know so many of you felt this way. And so I did like a duck and cover. Not unusual for me, to be honest. Not unusual at all. I've actually already used this in a palette challenge, but I really need like a deeper purple, y'all. Let me go look, child. Let me see if I can find something that's gonna fall, and that is okay because that is trash. So that was a very interesting time to go through. Like, you know, I don't know. It's been, ooh, here we go. I'm gonna grab this Blushing Berries palette right quick and go ahead and smash this on my eyes. But yeah, it's just been very, very interesting, kind of. Oh, there, yeah, that's it. Kind of dealing with these situations and trying to find out like the extent of what I want to do. And it's been kind of crazy because my mom even says, like, she's like, oh, I just really want you to do really well. I want you to be successful at YouTube, because she's like, I can just see how much work you put into it. Like, my mom, I mean, I know my mom like believes in me and all of that stuff, but it's just really cool that my mom can actually see all of that. See, that's all. I'm just deepening this because I felt like it just wasn't deep enough for me. I just didn't feel like the lethal matte was deep enough, and you know, that's my own fault. Also, it's cold as fuck here. Like, it got, like, a cold front has come through. We don't like it. We being me and Bo. Speaking of Bo, we're talking in a lot of circles, but speaking of Bo, Bo went to the vet this very day. He did a very good job. Like, he didn't really, like, freak out or anything. He was really good, and he did a very good job. The only time that it got difficult was when he realized that they were like trying to make him do stuff, and they didn't expect him to be as smart as he is. So he was being like super fucking smart and be like, oh no you don't, bitches. And he would not like get into the position that they needed him to get into, because they wanted to get him up on the table, and it's like a ground table, right? And he was like, I'm not getting on this fucking table. Y'all can eat a bag of dicks. And he wouldn't get on the table. And so they had to like kind of improvise to take care of him, which it was fine. They ended up just doing it straight on the floor because he was not getting on that table. He was not going to be forced onto that table, and they're a good vet. They weren't going to force him onto the table either. So he got his shots. I think the only thing that like kind of slightly fucked him up, just like a smidgen, was when she like squeezed, she like blew the shit into his nose, which that's not uncommon. Like, this is a normal thing for dogs. Like, it's a, I don't remember which, I do not remember. Holy shit. Now we're gonna pause because I just like threw that. Luckily it didn't break. Fuck. I'm just gonna say thank heaven for glass, that like the heavy kind. Is this glass or is it plastic? I feel like it's glass. It's glass. I'm being stupid. Okay, anyways, all I'm gonna say is be careful when you think things are closed. But yeah, Bo. Anyhow, Bo just kind of got in his feelings. He was like, no, I don't like where this is headed. And then she like did the squirt up his nose shit, and he was like, I don't like this at all. But he like was a very good sport about everything. He was very sweet, as he's apt to be because he's such a good baby. I'm like, he's such a good baby. I'm that mom. I'm that dog mom who's just like, my Mimi is the best baby and your baby sucks. Like, like other people are like, I have a really good dog. I'm like, no, you don't. Like, my dog is the best dog and your dog sucks. I don't mean to be that kind of dog parent, but I just am. Unless I really like know you and your dog, and then it's just different. Like, one of my neighbor's dogs, oh my gosh, I love him so much. He is so sweet, and every time he sees me, he like gives me kisses, and he's just like, hi, and I'm like, hi. And she gets upset a little bit because he tries to like jump on me, and I'm like, bruh, don't make your mama mad by jumping on me, okay? Because she's trying to keep him from doing that. And he was just like, I'm gonna do what I want. I'm gonna do what I want. You're not my real mom. That is not funny, Audra. So, I'm going back and forth, by the way. Just please know that whenever I do these, one, I do my makeup when I'm doing them because it actually kind of helps to ground me. Makeup is one of those, like I have to be moving my hands a lot to talk. If I'm not actually functioning and like doing something, it does make it very, very difficult for me to talk. I'm kind of like, I'm the person that they made the fidget spinner for, you know? Like, it's me. They made it for me. They were like, yep, it's that girl. And I was like, okay. Because I don't know how to function. So yeah, I've just been on TikTok talking about ADHD. You don't have to go there either. I'm like, these are updates. These are pleas for you to do things. So that was a situation. Yes, I'm going to use a Pat McGrath concealer with my Catrice foundation. And there's reasons for it, which are mine. I do what I want. I'm like, stop me. Oh, that's perfect. Oh, yes, I'm very excited. No mistakes were made making this choice. I love me, and I love this for me. Mental health front. So job-wise, I've made some decisions because it has been hard finding a job. And then I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to go back to I'm basically going to be a permanent temp. Does that make sense? I am going to do temp work like it's a job. And there's a few reasons why. I'm pretty sure at some point I'm going to make an actual video about this. One, because I don't like working for these companies. Let me just make no bones about that. I don't like working for these companies. It's not a good time for me. I don't enjoy it. But I'm always I'm one of those stupid people, like many of us, who tend to be good at something, right? And so we just keep doing it. And then like, I'm gonna wet the sponge and I'll be right back. So anyway, I decided on that because here's the thing, at any job I work, I am inevitably, like even if I don't like it, I end up being good at it. And it's not like, that isn't me bragging, it's just me being honest. I think a lot of people are like that. You start a job, you start doing it, and then you're just like, I'm fucking good at it. And then they discover that you're good at it. And then before you know it, they're wanting you to like apply like for promotions, and you're a manager or a supervisor, and like that was not even your fucking dream or your goal. You were like, this isn't what I wanted to do with my life, and now here I am doing it. And that is not, I don't want to get caught back up in that machine, especially here in the US. My mom plays the lottery and we have all these plans, you know? when she wins, because we're speaking it into existence, we are leaving, you know? But in all seriousness, I thought that would be better for me because I don't want the added responsibility of being an employee. And I know people would be like, oh, but the benefits. I'm like, when do I get to use the benefits? That's the thing about living in America and being a U.S. citizen. Like, when do I get to use the benefits? You get in trouble for calling out sick anyway, you know? Like, if you're feeling bad, you get in trouble. Like, look at what's happening right now with this virus. Like, we're still, like, acting like, what are we doing about it? I feel like the answer is nothing. Nothing is the answer? Okay, that's what I thought. So it's just like, I realized stuff like that was just like non-negotiable for me. I also realized that I have some health issues, some chronic illnesses like my endometriosis, the depression that I can get that's like part of me having ADHD, just the general malaise that I can feel, bad fucking cramps where I'm just tired of trying to like go to work when I feel miserable. I'm sure that makes people be like, you're lazy. I'm like, no, I have the sense to realize like there is a level of too far that we have been pushing and I don't like it. And so I just kind of realized that like we're pushing this stuff too far, and I don't want to take part in it anymore, and I don't want to be a manager or boss of anybody, of any company, at any company, because I very much know that these companies don't give a shit about people, and I do not want to be a part of like firing people or pushing people to be at work when they obviously don't feel well. And I don't want to be a person who's always sitting around like distrusting whether or not somebody's ill. Like I hated that shit when I was a supervisor, just like, what do you think they're doing? I'm like, I don't really give a fuck. It's none of my business, honestly. But that's not the right answer. Apparently I'm supposed to care when people don't show up to work, and I'm like, because to me, I'm just like, they're grown. So that's one thing, you know, you can't even use the benefits when you have them. You're expected to be at work all the time. So that's just money coming out of my check for what? And in the US of A, in the US of A, I have found that it behooves me to actually use, oh my God, that was a big ass truck, sorry. It behooves me to actually use doctors that don't take insurance because their rates are more affordable, and I actually get seen, and especially as a Black woman, I get taken far more seriously than I do with my, you know, benefits doctor, like the doctors that you just get, me personally, I have found that when they don't take insurance, I spend more time with my doctor. I get diagnosed properly, usually the first time. I get my medications and all that. I get it all squared away, one price, and I move on with my day. They're not trying to like set me up with 37 different fucking appointments because of insurance. It's just like they're trying to figure out what's wrong, and they find it. And like that has been my experience. So I would rather just put money in an account and pay cash than do all this bullshit with benefits and like fight with a job about whether or not I'm sick or can or cannot come in. All right, we're getting on these eyebrows. So the other thing, the other reason I have is that you can't work for these companies without them wanting you to like move up. Like the only way to get more money at a lot of these jobs is to move up. And like I said before, I don't give a fuck about, lost that when I knew it was coming. I really don't give a fuck about their corporate structure. I don't care about moving up. I don't care about any of that. And the problem with these companies is they want you to care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't want to move up. I don't want the additional responsibility. Like, and I don't feel like they really understand how much I don't want that. I'm like, no, see, where I am right now, y'all don't bother me. Like, sorry, I had to like dump my little sharpener. You know, like where I am right now as an employee, y'all don't bother me on my off time. Like, none of y'all call me, none of y'all like, hey, Audra, this and this and that. Like, I just come in, I do my job, and then I leave. The second you assholes promote me, y'all gonna really be expecting some shit, and I don't want to do that shit, like, at all. And there's so much pressure. I don't think people even think about how much pressure there is for you to do it, because they start like noticing that you don't go for anything. And this happened to me like when I ended up being a client services consultant for an ExxonMobil when I worked for this relocation company. Boo, let me just tell you, several times like things came up and I didn't apply for them, and then there was just like all this pressure for me to apply. Like people just kept saying like, why don't you apply for it? I was like, fuck, I don't know, I don't see why I should, you know. And then, you know, more work, more responsibility. It was great. So that's why, like, I realize that the pressure is always going to be there. They will never not push you to like move up to this next level. And I don't care to do that. And once you actually say it out loud, once you finally have to just tell them like, I don't want to, then it's over. It's curtains for you, dog. It's curtains. And I know there are people who would just be like, Audra, that's not true. It's like, but y'all know it's true. They will not let it go. They will not stop bothering you. Every time you turn around, they're supposed to be like, are you sure you're not going to go for this or that? And you're like, I'm positive. And they're like, you should do this. You would be so good. I'm like, no, I would not, because I don't want to. It's like, I feel like they just don't hear you saying you don't want to. But it's like capitalism. Like, people can't imagine you not wanting to move up. I'm like, no, here's what I want. I just want my regular raises, which I've talked about this, but so that's another reason, because I don't want to keep going in circles. And finally, you know, I really like doing YouTube, and I am like all the other ventures that I've added on to YouTube. But I just would prefer to be able to be creative in my life. And as long as my rent is paid and Bo is taken care of, that's sufficient for me. Like, I just really don't need all this extra shit in my life. And I think once I divorced myself from the idea of like that I needed those things, it was just like, oh, it just made sense for me to go this route. I was like, yeah, this makes more sense. Like, why would I be bothering to, ooh, that'll work. Why would I be bothering to do all of this like extra shit, and for what? Like, what would my reasoning be to do any of that? And I realized that my reasoning would be none. Like, I wouldn't have a reason. There would be no real reason for me to do any of that stuff. So that's where I am on the job front. Now I've just got to choose an agency to work with, and then that's going to be handled, I hope, soon. I'm like, hopefully one day soon. Putting fingers at weird angles, because that's where the product is. Yes, bitch. All right. So that's where that is. Because of the random bouts of depression and beating myself up, and then also just like trying some of the other ventures, like it took a little bit for me and Emily to get back on track with the podcast, but we're like, now we're like, yes, I'm dedicated to doing this thing. The only times we really cannot for sure like do them on the Sundays we want to is typically when we're doing new makeup nonsense bingo, because that is a beast. That is a beast. Like, it is, oh, there's that brush. Dang. It is very difficult to, I've been looking for this brush like everywhere, and you know where it was? In the fucking holder. Of course. Okay, I talked way too long, so I almost went through like that whole section. Anywho's it's. I'm like, anyway. I don't know why I'm like this. I can't explain it. But yeah, so looking forward to actually being able to get that going. I think like I don't like being cold, but like, I don't like being hot. But neither Emily nor I are fucking winter people, you know? Even though it'll say that it's 39 degrees in the morning when I go outside, I'm like, oh, and I have on like 2 jackets and pants under my skirt and like all of this shit. And then I get out there, I'm like, I mean, it's kind of hot out here. Thanks, menopause. So anyway, Terror Tuesdays, I kind of glossed over that a little bit. I think I may have figured out how I'm going to do them just for, like, I'm honestly just going to do them for y'all, which I'm excited about, because I finally kind of figured out how I want to do it. But basically, it's more that I'm going to be watching the movie while getting ready, and real talk, I'm just going to, oh, I was wondering what was happening on this little viewfinder. I've never noticed it do that before. But I'm going to watch the movie and just kind of like talk about it while I'm watching it. So those might be kind of long videos, I think. And basically what we'll do is I'm trying to pick movies that like are free for all of us, or like if you have Prime or Hulu, stuff like that. And then essentially what I'll do is tell you like when I'm starting the movie, and then I'll tell you like when I've paused it or whatever, and then that way we can just like, you know, kind of do that. That's the idea of it, I think. It's like, I feel like that would be fun to do. So, you know, y'all let me know. I mean, I'm probably still going to try to do it one time to see if y'all like it. If you don't like it, you know, I don't have to keep doing it. I'm not an asshole. I'm not an asshole. But I thought that would be kind of fun. So it would be just kind of like an activity together. So like, especially because if I have watch parties on my Twitch, but you don't want to follow on Twitch because you don't have to, I don't want you to feel not included in that as well. And I want to do it for y'all. So, but also I want to have Terror Tuesdays and talk about horror more again out here in these streets, because it's like, honestly, it's a really good time. I'm like, honestly, it's a really good time, y'all. So yeah, I feel like that's about where things stand at this point. I feel like there's so much more that I'm like missing, but like let me try to think. I'm working on getting, I don't know why I've done this so long without a actual laptop desk, like for your legs, like one of those laptop desk things. Because I don't know what I was thinking, but I think my mom's gonna help me get one, because I was like, Mom, I need one. I was editing, and when I tell you that I don't know why my dumb ass has just been like sitting in the most awkward positions and leaning and all this stuff, I was like, what's wrong with me? Why was I born like this? Like, who let me act like this? Nobody. It's my own fault. Anyway, so the good news is I'm getting that. Ooh, I cannot find the brush I want. We're almost finished. I'm almost freeing you from your prison of... You wanted to be here. I know you did. But no, in all seriousness, let's see. I'm gonna just grab this funky little green, because that's the kind of bitch that I am today, and we're just gonna do this. This has been a very interesting start of the year, and it's like literally only February, but February's over in 2 weeks basically, so like, I'm right. And then it's March. Yes, I consulted the calendar to check, because listen, I can't always trust that what I think about time is real, okay? My concept of time is hot garbage 97% of the time. So, that being said, I am almost done doing whatever it is I'm doing here, which obviously it's like getting on a makeup look. Duh, Audra. But yeah, I have a very supportive network around me. I have really good friends. I'm beyond excited to be able to do the new makeup nonsense bingo. I'm excited to get back into for really reals. I feel like I always say that. Like, I'm excited to get back into doing content specifically for y'all, which I am. I have been making a great effort to make sure that I'm getting y'all, even if I'm not like doing this like I'm doing, I have been really trying to get my goofy ass out here and be like, hello, early access. I'm trying to make sure that you all have that like at least once a week, so that I'm not just like, ooh, that was a lot. Okay, we're gonna just do this gently, because, oop, by goddess, things got out of hand. It got out of hand very quickly. But now I have to make it out of hand on this side. All right, whenever you get a shit ton of highlighter on your face like so, grab your already wet sponge, dab it gently into the highlighter. I'm sure y'all knew that anyway, but like that is what I do. I'm like, oh, shit got out of hand. Like, I'll come blend it like a little bit later, but what we're not gonna do today is just like leave it. Like, I got out of control. Oh no. No. Now I'm gonna let that sit for a second. Yes. Because it is bright. Anyway, I'm gonna put on some eyeliner and we'll be almost finished with the day. I feel like I'm always using like a blue or a green eyeliner, and that's because I am. I don't care. I love it. It's pretty. It makes me happy. Why am I like this? My mother made me like this. Also, Random fun fact. No, also, I think that, let me just take, where did my, this brush, and then I'll just do that. And do that. There you have it, folks. So yes, I have a mother and a support system of people who believe in me, believe in what I can do, y'all included, and things are gonna look up. So this is all I can do. I've got to go. I know you didn't see the finished thing. I'm probably gonna put something in here at the end of picture so you see the finished look, because I gotta go do the things. I just, that's it. That's all. That is the update as to where we are right now. I'm looking forward to seeing y'all for my first Terror Tuesday, but it doesn't have to be on Tuesday. I'm just gonna call it Terror Tuesday regardless. All right, y'all, thank you. Have a wonderful day. Drink some water, you know, even though I don't. Drink some water. Stay safe. Wear your 2 masks.